Good morning, everybody. It's about it's 20 past 8 here. I can see on the clock behind me, in front of me here. It's now Friday morning. I'm down at the plot with one task and one task only. As you can hear, it's absolutely pelting down from the heavens with rain. So I am going to be lifting all of the onions today. So they've got between 4 to 6 weeks to dry out. I'm going to get all of the onions lifted up and then get them all sorted out. It'll be a case of leaving them and turning them every so often. So I'm going to get these up, set these up, get these out, and we'll have a quick look to see what we've got. So I've just realised, I've just clicked in my head there, with the shows you've got to be very careful, because a lot of shows tell you exactly what they're after, and if you don't abide to it, it's basically going to be not as scheduled, which NAS stands for. And I've just had a look at the Beamer show, and it says as pulled, with tops, bottoms cleaned. So I'm going to have a choose of 3 onions here and leave them in until the morning of the show. So that's what I'm going to have to do now. Pick which ones I want to keep, the 3 I want to keep in here, then leave them ones be. So handy tip for you, if you do show, always follow the schedule, or like I say, you can be disqualified. So there we have all of the onions, apart from the 3 chosen for Beamish, pulled up. Now I've noticed probably half of them have got white rot, but I'll show you the other ones and I'll show you them all as soon as I've sorted them all out. I'm cleaning the onions up at the minute. Them 2 got white rot. There's a tight, I've peeled this right back, as you can see there. That's all that's left to see what that's like. That one's just no good. These 2 here were right next to each other. This one here had loads of compost still connected to the bottom of it. This one didn't. It had the soil from the trench. There's literally a foot between them, and you can see the different states of the onions. This is why next year I'll be putting them in pots above the ground, because they'll be grown in pots, and the soil, the roots themselves, the bottom roots, they'll be the ones that goes into the bed, so it's not touching the base of the onion, and I'll be watering from the base itself as well. Like I've mentioned in the past, that is the plan, but just from going off that onion's been touched by the soil, that onion's been protected by the compost, so hopefully the theory works for next year. Let me show you what thrip look like. Now thrip are a bloody nightmare on leeks and onions. Now as you can see there, this one is covered, absolutely covered. You can just make them out there in the corner. That's what you're looking for, things like that. Now all of this is going to get burned. Now look at that little blighter there. So out of all of the onions that's in this greenhouse, I've managed to get these ones which are covered in white rot, which I wouldn't care. Look nice shape as well. So I'm getting 2, 4, 6. 6 is getting white rot. I haven't checked them 3 yet. Them 3 are sitting at 16 inches. And these ones I'm getting clean. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All different sizes and mixed bag as well. Different, no idea what's going on with that one. This one at the back here is a special one which I'll be putting back for seed, because it's a different shape, as you can see, so it's a different type. I know exactly what that one is. I've got a couple more to put back for that one for 2021. But I am slightly disappointed with them, but I know what the reasons of them for. It's been a long growing season. This is what's come out of it. I've got some onions. I'm going to take for some shows, and we'll see what happens. That's all I can do. Can't do anything else. Lessons learned, big lessons learned. Move on to next year. It's 9:30. I'm going to go next door into the middle greenhouse and pull up the big onions. I'm going to start by lifting these ones that's in the pot. I'm going to have a quick measure before I lift them up. This one's Dave's onion. I'll leave Dave's onion in there because it's still going. Still throwing up some green shoots from the middle there. So I'm going to leave his in there, and that'll stay in the corner in the 9-litre air pot, or wrap pot, or whatever it is. And I'm going to pull the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and I'm going to pull these ones up as well here. Let's get cracking. Well, I feel a bit better now. So I've getting 5 without a white rot, and I've getting 1 with white rot. Where is it? I think there it's there. So as you can see on the bottom here, this one, just a tiny little bit on there. I should be able to get rid of that with a flag, the skin, sorry, depending on what it's like. I'll have a play with that in a second though. But I'm getting 6 onions there, grown in 10 litre buckets, and there are, I think, about 18, 19 round. I'll just have a quick measure here. This one here, 18.6. This one's a bigger one. Again, circumference. This is 19. It's coming closer. These ones here. That one's a smaller one. You can see that. I'll try the bigger one here. So I've got 19 is the biggest so far. 19. So I've got two matching pairs of 19s. That's that one. And that one. This one here was actually still growing. Look at it. Still growing. Still got lovely some green shoots on the top of there. But they need to be pulled. Time to be pulled. Right. So 19 inches is the biggest so far. Let's get down to the other side down here and get the ones in the 40 litre air pots pulled, and we'll have a look at them. And there we go. Some mighty big onions. You can eat these ones, the stems are much bigger than the ones that were in the other pots. So I'll get one of them ones. So you can see the difference there. But they're about the same size onion. I think this one's got better potential, so I'll be definitely putting some of these ones back for next year. Right, I'm going to give these a quick measure now and see what the sizes are. These ones, and see if we can get some matching ones. Then I'll have to pop home because it's time for work nearly, and see if I can tidy these up later on in the night. Let's have a look here. "19 inches. There's a good start. Means I've got a matching 3. So we've got 19 there. "18.6. That one's a smaller one. "75.4. So I've got a matching 3 out of all of them for size wise, but I just need to have a look for the shape and stuff. But there's tidying up work to be done with them. Well, I'm not going to grumble with these, am I? I wanted big onions this year again. I've got myself some big onions. I started off at the beginning of the year trying different things. I've grown from myself from Michael Bradley's seed. They were the ones that's in the greenhouse over that side. There's been hit and misses. We know the reasons as to why. My fault, and also everything else that's been going on in there. The main thing was though to get the greenhouse up this year, which was I thank John for that, and we're getting that up. Just some tinkering on to do to get on with that. Trying different methods in here, and the 10 litre buckets, the 40 litre big air pots. At the minute, I'm going to be going with the 10 litre buckets and trying to see if I can source some 12 litre ones as well. But like I say, I've got some bigger onions. Next year we'll see if we can get bigger. It's all just learning curve. Like I say, I've got plenty of years to be getting on with. I'm going to sorting these out. I've got another 2, 4, 6 there to tidy up as well. But I'll see if I can grab a hold of all of these. There we go. Some big onions. That's really heavy. To be honest, I could do with a workout. Right, let me get them down. Then we get sorted out. Time to head home, get ready for work. So, got that to tidy up. We've got some nice chilies on the go here. Right, anyways, time to get going. I'll see you over the weekend. I'm going to get my leeks measured this week on Saturday. And John's going to pop down and give us a hand for a couple of hours with the fire. So, whether or not I record that is a different matter. But, gonna get started. See you over the weekend. Good morning. What a lovely morning it's been. It's Saturday. I've just had Derek pop down for stamp the leeks. So I've There's 5 leeks in total which I've stamped. I'm getting stamped, and that's of course the Cumbrians that's down here that I've got collared. I'll be able to choose which ones I want to take up for the pair on the morning the show, which is on the 26th. That'll be my first show. While I'm down here, I am going to start doing a bit of tidying up in here as well. There's a bit of rust on some of the leeks. I'm going to give a quick rubber bumper. Then I'm going to crack on and get the strawberry runners done. So I'm going to get some trays and stuff and some compost, get them put in now before they start taking over. So lots to do just in the hour or so that I've got. So let's get cracking. So what I've got here is an absolute abundance of runners from the strawberry plants that I planted last year that are from Grandad Dave. Now I've got an abundance here, and these are a heritage variety. I don't know the name of them, but I did get some nice strawberries off them for the first years. So I'm going to be taking as much as I can here. Now I have left these, not on purpose, but a lot of them have started forming their own root system in the soil below, like this one here. So all I'm going to do is take off the ones that have got a root system. I'm going to pop them into this tray. Then I'll do them by hand. Each one of them that I find, I'll do it, and the rest I will just place a tray of compost over the side here and just let them root themselves. Then when they're ready to be rooted, when they're rooted in, I'll snip them off, ready to go, and start separating them off. So many here, I'm not going to bother with putting them in, fixing them to the soil and stuff. I've got so much to choose from. I'm just going to wing it here at the minute. So the ones I can see with roots, I'll snip off, and the ones with not, I'll just leave on the top, and I'll just get them at a later time. So I've spent about an hour just messing about with these runners. I'll turn you around and show you what I've done, basically what I've decided to do. What I've done is I've gotten 4 trays. I've gotten some garden compost, some old compost that's down there. I've just draped. I've been inside here, and all of the roots that I've been able to get, all the strawberry runners I've been able to get with the good root system on, because that's basically what we're after, just so I can pot up and start developing the plant. I'll show you these ones here. Look there. See them there? Got good roots on them because they found some soil from somewhere and they've just rooted. So I'll be taking all of them out, which I've done. I'll be potting them up singly. So I'll be going home and potting them up in some compost. The rest, because I've got so much, I'm not really fussed about the bits that's in the middle, because I'll just cut all of them off when need be. So I've gotten the 4 trays and I've just hung them over the side and give the ones that's touching the soil a chance. Like I say, I don't need that many. I'll just keep on top of them, and I'll just pick them when I need them. It's the easiest way for me. To be quite honest, it's the laziest way to do it for me, but just because of the mass that I've got there. So that's how I'm doing them. I've also been tidying up the I've tidied up the bed there, the compost bin, but I've also been tidying up the dahlias. Now these ones on this side are the ones that I got from seed from Anthony. They're lovely bedding dahlias, I must admit. I didn't know what to expect when I got them, but there's some absolutely beautiful colours on them all around, and it's a nice little display there. A lot of them are big nons by the looks of things, and the bees are absolutely loving them. So there's a few varieties which I'll be keeping hold of. I'll be keeping all of them anyways, but I'll be putting them in more like the bedding area, because next year I've got a plan for the dahlias next year. See, because I'll be doing with something like that. Them colours there, I love out like that. I love them colours, but they're getting bigger and bigger as they go back and farther back. There's loads of different varieties in here. I did have them all written down, and I've grown all of these from seed. So it's something different, something I've not done before in the past. Not as good as last year, but still nice enough there. So the plan next year is to have all of these beds filled with dahlias. That's the plan, all with one variety each. So I'm going to go big with the dahlias. I'm going to have a good, I've got good stock. I'm going to be getting some good stock as well. I know exactly what kind of colours I'm after, because this garden's going to be fiery. So there's a hint for you for next year anyways. I'm also going to be doing the chrysanthemums in pots next year, not in the ground, and we'll sort. Let's see, I'll get this side sorted out. So from here right to where the leeks are, I'll be sorting out dahlias. That's the plan. Well, I've been called home, so I'm going to take my strawberry runners up home, take my little cups, take my bag of compost and start potting these up bit by bit. So I'll catch you up at home. So back at home now in the greenhouse. I can actually get back into now that the baby birds have left. I've already made a start on these strawberry runners. So I've got my trays. I've got 20 of the small small pots. What I've also got is I've just filled them up with normal compost. I've used some Humax, and what I'm doing is getting my little runner with the roots on, put my finger in and just pushing it in and covering it over. That's all I'm doing. So I've already done the first 20. I've still got a load to go through. I've got the rest of my pots here, so I've got a good hour or two to get that sorted before this afternoon. I've got my sister's party. My sister is 30 and she's having a do this afternoon, which we're all going to do, so I'm looking forward to that. Right, time to get this done. So that's 80 potted up. That's 80 has been potted up. Just now you can see it. You see how many runners there was at the garden. So I've got them sorted. I've done a trial of 2 different things here at the moment. Now I'm running out of time. I've run out of the mushroom trays. I need to pick some more up. This bench is on a slant. It's not me. So I'll pick some more of them when I get a chance to do so. In the meantime, I've done this a little different way. Of course, well, they're looking a bit limp, of course. Once you get the water in, they'll be fine. I'm watering from the trays below. They'll stay in the greenhouse. Then when they're rooted in, I'll put them outside. So that's them and done. What I've done with these other ones that I've got, all I want them to do is produce roots. Now, they've done it naturally with the water. So all I've done is turn this tray upside down. This is actually a top, propagator top. Filled it with water and just plonked everything else on there as well. Plonked the rest of the runners in. They'll develop roots over the next week or so, and I'll get some more stuff and I'll get another lot potted up. So that's me done for today. That's the leeks stamped, preparation for the show. Leeks tidied up as well. I've brought some leeks home for food, for eating. That's what the whole point of them is. The onions have been picked up. The onions have been dressed. The strawberry runners have been sorted out as well. Tomorrow morning I'm going to start sorting out the fire, so see how far I can get on with that. So I'll catch you at the garden tomorrow morning. Good morning. It is Sunday morning. I'm down the plot, of course. It's 8 o'clock. I am going to get cracked on with the fire. I'm going to get the chimney taken out. I'm going to get everything else sorted out in the front of the door as well. So lots to be getting on with. Still an absolute mess in here, but that's the reason. You can see everything is from the floor, is on the benches at the minute. So that's my task for this morning. So I'm gonna get my camera stand out, prop these up, and show you what I'm going to be doing. You'll see what I'm doing anyways. Right, time to start taking the chimney down. So another problem that I've got, so I'm going to be putting the fire on this side. I need to move the door mechanism over so that the door can slide that way, so it's not pushing in front of the door, the fire itself. Another job done. That was quite simple actually. So if you've never changed a door from side to side, from one side to the other, sorry, it's very straightforward. You take the door off, which just slides off right at the end. There's 3 of these 10mm greenhouse screws. Just take them off, one there, and one there. This mechanism comes away. Of course, you've got the support of that side to take off. And then just slide it across, and that's it done. Screw it back in, happy days. It's always handy tip for you as well. It's always handy to have another packet of greenhouse bolts, nuts and bolts around. I've needed some because I had to replace this one here because it's snapped. It's always better to try and replace one you can in any case when you're busy doing your changing stuff around. Just goes for the last longer and the longevity. So this is going to confuse Grandad Dave loads because the door now opens that way instead of that way. Right, I'm going to tidy up around the base here so that I can get prepped and start taking this glass out. Just waiting for John to come down. Well, John's turned up just in time. Trying to get this sorted out, this section sorted out now, so we're going to chop across the top there and just get a plan together to get the fire lifted up and into place so that we can make the frame around the front. So I'm just going to pop these up there and we'll get a bit of time lapse on. Right, that's a lot of the stuff already sorted out. It's now time for me to go and take my sister and our friends to our wedding. I need to go and get tidied up and of course sort the car out. So far, I'll show you, I'll spin you around. I've just sorted one of the onions out, I'll tell you about that in a minute. But managed to get the fire in place, the outdoor, the fire done, the top resealed in, the door pinned back in place, drilled and pinned. So we've got the first glass in. Top sections in. The next step would be to cut this metal to size and just put it around one that side, and then that's sorted. The reason why we've pushed it right across this side and it's not central is because the pipe work's going to be on this side, and the pipe work's going to need a 90 degree bend on here, so that it goes all the way up the top there. So that's exactly what I'll be ordering when I get home. Then it's a good start. This is level, this is sorted. Happy days. Just gonna get it finished off this afternoon. Yeah, I was cleaning off this onion, which had the white rot on the bottom, and as I was cleaning it off, as I went to go get the knife, I dropped it. And I dropped it on the corner of a bucket. It's punctured it very deep. So that's now no good for a short onion, so it's going to be taken home, and Leslie can stop whinging on that I don't have any onions for her for tea. She can have that one now instead. Right, I'm going to shoot off, so I'll catch you in a bit. Right, back. Like for you it was like that. For me it's been about 2 hours. We're busy sorting out, well, John's doing a cracking job with the metal and stuff in there. I'm sorting out the inside bench inside there so that I can swap the compost tray to the other side so that I can get the hole cut for the tank to go in. So very busy. I'll hang his back up again and see how this progresses. As you can see, John's done a fantastic job there. He's just got on with it. I did a job inside, he's done a job outside, and he's done a bang up job on this as well. He's actually going to come back. I'm going to put that over the top there as like a roof sort of cover for the fire. And also he's going to come back with his pop riveter. I'm going to pop rivet all these edges in as well. I'm going to put a little bend on here, stick it on, and pop rivet all in. So like I say, he's done an absolutely fantastic job with that. I just need to sort out the sides, heat sealing the sides, do a bit of fire clay, then just tighten everything up. What I've been doing on the inside here is the tank. I've sorted out this corner. I've cut the hole with the jigsaw, so I've got a lovely big hole there, so it's taking as minimal room as possible. Underneath here, I've just put a bar across here just for the support for these 3 boards, and also put another leg in there. It's the easiest way to do it. So what we're doing at the minute, also what we've done is we have popped a hole in outside here for the steam, extra steam, if there is any steam, so that it goes up and it goes out the way. So that's another task that's been done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put this in, because of course the tank needs to be higher. So the pipe work here, it'll raise up a little bit more, then raise up to the tank. So I need to raise the tank up by at least 2 bricks. So at least 2 bricks up there like that, just to get the tank high enough. But this isn't level around here. So what we're going to do is put some building sand on the bottom to level it off. Then we'll get a nice level surface. So that's what we're doing at the minute. Right, much better job. We'll do a bit of tidying afterwards, but it's level. I've just capped these ends off and we'll fill it with water now and see if these sections leak. The top bit here, just above the height here, which is really good. So it means I can get the water in there and I can feed pipes in from the top of here and stuff like that as well for when I want to get the heat benches in. Right, I'm going to fill this up with water now and see how it sits. Right, so that's it partly filled. Let's have a look underneath. Now of course that dripping is just because the ends are capped. It's this bit of side here. If there's any water being dripping from there, I need to find. And from what I can see, it doesn't look as though, if anything, it is dripping. So spot on. It means not much work needs to be done with that. Fantastic. So I'll just leave that. I might pop a hole in the bottom there just to let the whole water out, because I don't need it in. But happy days. I'll put the lid back on there. Sorted. So done. I think that's been a great day. That fantastic job done today. Let's have a quick show recap of what I've managed to get sorted today with the help of John here. So first task I got sorted today was to swap the door runner over on the other side so the door opens that way. That was done. Second task, take all the glass out and everything from here. Done. Waited for John to come down. John came down. Done. Thank you very much, John. Getting the fire put into place so the door's outside. Done. So get the frame cut, the metal frame around the fire done. Cut even. Done. Little finishing touches to do that. That's fine. Inside, yeah. Taking the top off of here, taking this bit off, re-cement seal and fire cement it in back in. Done. And so that's all raised up and sorted and level. And while John got on with that bit, I've cut a hole out the bottom here. I've steadied this bench so I'm not losing all of the bench. Got the whole thing leveled, got it put in place. Got it raised up so it's above the pipe work that is behind us over here, because remember the pipe work needs to be at an angle that it goes up. Done. I've capped off the ends to see where the leaks are on this tank. Doesn't look like there'll be any leaks on the tank itself. It's just the ends, so I'll drain that out. Sorted. Additional task, just tie these up for the gladioli, the ones that I've had in for 2 to 3 years now. Them ones, if you remember from last year, I love them, they're beautiful them. So they're sorted as well, and the few that I've potted in there as well. I do need to get to the back and get the ones at the back all sorted out. I need to get this all de-weeded again, but that's a task for possibly even tomorrow. So all in all, an absolutely fantastic day, lots done. Feel a lot more positive now that that's in the right place. Still lots to tidy up of course, which is the disheartening bit, but it's got to be done, hasn't it? So finishing off this week, one more thing as well, we hit 2100 subscribers, so thanks everybody else for all the new guys as well, and all the old guys who's been on since the start as well. It's coming up a show season, so look forward to over the coming weeks with them, and look forward to Harrogate and Malvern again. It's come around so quick, it's unbelievable. This week also I have getting a new logo for the page. Now I will be sorting this logo out so it goes onto my new shirt as well, which hopefully I'll have for Harrogate. John's also having to get his own little shirt as well, but you'll have to look out for that. the new logo, which I'm going to pop just here, that's been chosen by people on Facebook and also on YouTube as well. I put a poll on and that was the one that was chosen. So this will be the new logo going forward. I know there's no apostrophe between the N and the S and Dean's. It's meant to be like that, not like the one that's on here. So that's the one that was chosen. That's the one that's going to be on everything. I've already changed everything over social media, so keep an eye out for that going forward as well. That's the new channel logo on there. So that's me done for this week, and that's John sorted as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all next week.